It's your word against his.
Chief can get him here tomorrow, can't you, Chief? All right, so there's a motion on the table to table local law number 2. I'm going to treat people the way I would like to be treated.
I understand.
Kick you off my platform and you get arrested? Come on, man.
All I'm trying to do is make sure the American people have all the information that they should have. Utilities.
You can hate them, Steve, but it sounds slightly authoritarian that you want to arrest them, seize their companies, and break them up.
What's more authoritarian than what they've already done?
They're a private company.
I'm trying to protect the American people. These people are dangerous. They can basically determine who can speak and who cannot speak.
The idea of arresting Jack Dorsey is completely psychotic, Steve. You know that, right?
I don't know that.
You do.
No.
I'm driving to D.C. now, and I'm going to tell you to your face that that's completely nuts.
Bring criminal charges. I think this goes beyond. I think he's a danger to national security.
If the people that execute your laws are kneeling on people's necks, then you have no country. You have to stop that shit. And the other thing is, if Russia is in fact exploiting our racist tendencies to dissolve our union, then you would have to look at something like racism as a matter of national security. I don't want like retroactive justice. I don't want you to get them after I'm dead. I want you to stop it. John Crawford, black man that was murdered here in a local Walmart, wasn't doing anything wrong. Got murdered by a cop in Beaver Creek, Ohio. In that municipality, there's only been 2 fatal police killings in the history of that municipality. The same guy did both of them. First guy shot was white. Had they stopped him then, it wouldn't even be a racial issue. It's just about over-aggressive, overzealous policing. It's about whatever type of training he was getting for whatever reason. This guy killed 2 people in the line of duty.
I'm recently retired from the New York City Police Department.
You can't do anything. 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 You can't do anything.
I didn't have a token. I went through the subway without paying, and she tapped me on the shoulder, waited for a subway to come, take away a couple that was standing there, told me to walk to the end of the platform, pushed me against the wall, held my hair up over my head and kneed me in the side of the temple multiple times till I was unconscious with a black eye.
I mean, what do you say about these people who stood there?
I don't want to make any value judgment.
Once I retired about a year ago, I opened up my practice, which is called Human Development Services, a practice that specializes in the art of mindfulness. So essentially what I do is I train individuals to think differently with their minds.
Some people, it was basically homeless, but I always made the best of everything. And then I came here.
I asked the policeman. You can't call the cops for shit. You can't call the cops for shit. You can't call the cops for shit. You can't do anything. You can't call the cops for shit. You can't call the cops for shit. You can't call the cops for shit. You can't do anything.
I can't imagine seeing something like I can't. All of this is unimaginable. This is a situation that I've never personally been in. I don't want to judge them, but I wish someone had stopped it. The phrase Black Lives Matter is important, but it is deceptive. This problem is not exclusively an African-American problem. It's disproportionately one, but not exclusively ours. And the other thing is, if Russia is in fact exploiting our racist tendencies to dissolve our union, then you would have to look at something like racism as a matter of national security.
I always related my bizarre, contentious relationship with the police department as having something to do with suing New York City for getting beaten up by this cop in 1993.
And hear you guys tell stories about black unarmed people that have been killed by police officers, and then a week later,
disproportionate numbers.
Absolutely, and then a week later, you report that the police officer is back on the force. It's very traumatizing. It's very traumatizing for me.
So when Lena Waithe hears that story, she doesn't feel traumatized, probably. It always felt like there was a little asterisk next to my name or something, like they knew I was like, quote, the enemy, end quote. Which is why when I would give them a license plate of a heroin dealer coming to my apartment building every single day, delivering to the neighbors, it would take 4 years to even acknowledge this was going on. I guess they were arrested 4 years later, but what was going on during that 4 years? Were they narcs? Were they working with the police? All the things you could speculate about. But I gave them the license plate. They changed the T to Y, or they said the plate came back to nothing. I told them they were threatening to hurt me. But they make a point of saying, at no time does it ever seem like these, there are threats being made towards Miss Fortini.
No. How do you
Hold up.
talk to her?
The day you was going off over there about the laundry, remember when I walked by and she said, did you tell him that you put the knife there? I said, let me go. Let me go.
Watching a fellow officer kill a man and not reprimanding him because they knew they were being filmed. It's not like I'm against cameras, but I don't want like retroactive justice. I don't want you to get them after I'm dead. I want you to stop it.
Miss Fortune, do I not matter? 3 minutes are up. Thank you.
Hold on a second. I don't care about your 3 minutes so much as your false accusations against me and other public figures that I've seen you hear over the past year.
So you weren't charged with electioneering in 1994?
No, I wasn't actually. I wasn't.
So that's a lie.
Unfortunately, I can't sue you for slander.
Then you could have
so you can just go
tell
on.
all of us that.
Everybody knows.
It was in all the newspapers.
Everybody knows what you're about.
It was in all the everybody knows what I'm about?
Yeah.
You want me to sue you for slander? What does that mean?
Wish you would.
Really?
Have a nice night.
You have people come up here call me mentally ill and like blinks an eye. The chief high fives the woman that does it. So you weren't charged in 1994 with election tampering?
For the 4th time, no.
I asked the policeman.
Theater.
We interviewed the suspect, and based on our interview, we felt that the threat was credible.
Police say a 17-year-old male student made the threats on Facebook.
I'm going to treat people the way I would like to be treated. Don't laugh. Just encourage me. I'm going to treat people the way I would like to be treated. Hold on a second. I don't care about your 3 minutes so much as your false accusations against me and other public figures that I've seen you here over the past year. I'm going to treat people the way I would like to be treated.
Black people can't be their authentic selves with us.
We just couldn't honor everybody.
Guess what? Carol, Robin, Dolores, Pam, Glennis doesn't have anything to do with it.
You're a lying fucking bitch, and I'm gonna fuck you up. Put the stick down, bitch. I will shove that thing so far down your motherfucking throat.
And I'll never forget this black man raising his hand and saying,
Bitch, don't you ever talk to a motherfucking pep like that, bitch. Disrespect a motherfucking man. Man, check your bitch before I stop.
and you know, just take that in. I just want all the white people to just take that in.
20 people were picked up in Yorktown, Cortland, and Peekskill for allegedly feeding a network of heroin users.
Wait till you see your video. Wait till you see what we have planned for you, bitch.